Hi everybody, it's Christina and it's Monday's New Hope. Welcome. This week we are going to speak about dealing with the regular life again outside of the eating disorder world. And in my particular case, since I am still in recovery, I am gonna speak about things I've struggled with and I've overcome, and also things that I'm still struggling with. Now, when I decided to recover, the very first thing that happened to me was not knowing how to deal with the huge amount of free time that I had. And I'm not speaking only about free time from literally, like from the daily point of view, let's say, but I'm also speaking about free time in my mind, because during my eating disorder, my thoughts, like I think 99% of my thoughts were about eating disorder. Like I was always thinking, what am I gonna eat, what am I not gonna eat, how I'm going to restrict, how fat I am, how much weight I want to lose, so on and so forth. I couldn't concentrate to do anything. Like if I wanted to watch a movie, I couldn't pay attention to the movie because in my mind it was always this eating disorder telling me that I don't have to eat anymore, that I'm too fat, and so on. So yeah, this was the very first thing that I struggled with. I've managed to overcome it. I'm actually very busy at the moment, and I'm happy with that because my eating disorder does not have a place in my thoughts and in my life anymore. But it wasn't easy. If you're struggling with this now, you just have to take it step by step, because things are not gonna change overnight. I think it's humanly impossible to have an eating disorder today and 99% of your thoughts to be occupied with the eating disorder, and since tomorrow you just like this say, okay, I don't have an eating disorder anymore, and just don't think of it anymore, and simply fill out your free time with some other stuff. So be patient, take it step by step. Try to think about the things that you used to like before your eating disorder, even though I know that for some of you it might have been a long time ago. But be patient with you. It's okay to don't know in the beginning what are your hobbies, okay? Not to know what you like. I remember my therapist once made me do a list about the things I like about myself, and I struggled literally 2 weeks for finding the very first thing that I like about myself. 2 weeks. And then it happened the same with things that I like to do, like my hobbies. So please don't worry if you're not gonna find them right away. Just try to get involved in different things. It might be difficult again, finding people and friends. If your eating disorder have made you to isolate and have no more friends anymore, this might be a difficult issue to find friends and people again. For me at least it was very difficult because I used to stay at home all the time, binging, purging, restricting, watching eating disorder documentaries, watching YouTube about eating disorders. This was all my life, and I found it that it was not easy to find friends and people to go out anymore. You need to have courage You just need to look through your phone, call someone that you feel comfortable with, just give them a call or send them a message saying like, hey, how are you? We've not spoken in a lot of time. How about a coffee, you know? Something very, very simple. This is what I did. If you're in school, try going out with the people that you see every day, or if you're working, the same. And try to take advantage of everything that you see and you hear around yourself. Me, for example, every time I heard somebody around me speaking about going out, speaking about different activities, I used to be interested and go and say I'd like to do that as well if possible. Then a very big problem for me were the weekends, because the weekends were the moments when I stayed at home. Usually I got bored, and when I got bored I used to binge again and think again of food a lot. So I needed a lot of activities for the whole Saturday and the whole Sunday in order not to think of food anymore and just to occupy my time. And even though I know it can sound very stupid now, but it can be pretty damn difficult to occupy a whole Saturday and a whole Sunday. I really had to invent a lot of stuff. And I did, you know, I did invent them. I actually went online, and at first I was thinking to find another job. Maybe a part-time job to do in the evenings after my regular work and also during the weekends. I looked for a job. It wasn't that easy to find one in the conditions that I had the free time, so only a few hours in the evening and also weekends. So I gave up this idea, and then I actually found a volunteering website, and I started to volunteer for different activities. I haven't done a lot, but I did a few, and for a few weeks I actually had a very busy program during the weekend with all the volunteering activities. Another thing that I did was starting to do YouTube videos. This was actually a saver for me, if I can say it like this, because it occupied me a lot of time. It occupied my mind, and I've spent a lot of time in front of the camera filming videos, and then a lot of time on the computer trying to edit the videos. So this was a pretty main activity. I know that not all of you will do YouTube videos, and in any way I'm not saying you to. Just try to find that thing that you can get involved in, and we all have some activities in which we forget about the time, we forget about the world around us because we are very involved in what we're doing. I'm sure that all of you have this. It's just a matter of time for finding them. Again, be patient with yourself. Take it step by step. It's okay if you're not going to find this from the beginning. So, yeah, I guess this was one of the hardest things for me to overcome when I've started living again outside my eating disorder. Another thing that I'm still working on sometimes, but it's not something that I'm struggling with, it's just something that I need to remember myself from time to time, is the fact that I have to always remember to myself that I don't have an eating disorder anymore, and I don't have to behave like I have one. And I'm speaking about this in the day-to-day life, in the normal daily events. Like it always happens to me when somebody invites me out to a restaurant, to dinner, to a bakery shop. The first thought that comes to me is, oh no, I can't go because there are cakes, or there's a restaurant, there's food, I cannot eat it. And then it's just the next second that I have to remind myself, hey, it's okay, you know, calm down. It's okay, you can go. You can eat cakes now, you can have dessert, you can go to a restaurant. It's okay, you can eat now. So this is a small, like, I think it's funny sometimes that I keep forgetting the fact that I don't have an eating disorder anymore, and I don't have to panic about these things because I can go now, I'm free. I can do everything I want. The other thing that I wanted to speak about, and this time is something that I'm still struggling with and I find it quite difficult, is coping with stress, normal stress from life. I'm still struggling with finding coping methods for stress times. It's not easy because somehow, I guess it's instinctive. Is this a word in English? I hope so. It's somehow instinctive that when I get stressed out, or when I'm in a difficult situation or something happens to me, the very first thing that comes into my mind is binge food. I need food because the food will calm me down. And somehow from the very first second when this thought comes into my mind, it's kind of difficult then to switch it and try to find some other tool to cope with. Yeah, this is something that I find it's not very easy to overcome. If you have any ideas, if you've managed to overcome this, or if you have any suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. And something else that I wanted to tell you is that yes, sometimes I feel like giving up to recovery because being sick was much easier, and because sometimes it's really difficult and really tiring to struggle with all the urges. And I had a lot of times the thought, oh damn, I'm just gonna give this up, I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore, it's too hard, it's too difficult. Being sick and just acting on my urges was much easier. And sometimes I had slip-ups during this period when I thought like this. But having those slip-ups, it remembered me that even though sometimes it can look easier to be sick, it's actually not. Because after a long period of being in recovery, of being well, when a slip-up happens again, it remembers me once more how bad I can feel, how isolating it can be, how stressful it can be, how much it ruins my body and my health. And I mean, it's just not worth it. I realize that it is not worth it, and I come back to recovery once again. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you will have a wonderful week, and please don't forget that you are beautiful just the way you are. Much love, everybody. Bye, have a great week.